Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be going over some of the more underrated players of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2024 season. So, as I explained in my my mock draft video, I have access to Pro Football Focus's more in-depth look at certain players now. I've got that monthly subscription, you know how it be, and there were some pleasant surprises for me just in terms of taking a look at some of the players on the Bucs, some guys who did some really good stuff. Some of the versatility with some of these players as well was really impressive to me. So we're going to dive into that today. I've got a shorthand list here on my left-hand side, and the first guy I want to take a look at is actually Sha Tucker. Now, I know a lot of people were clamoring for Sha Tucker to get more snaps this year, and I believe he only had like 112 snaps, something along those lines. Let me see if I can get a look at this real quick. He only had 112 snaps, so not the most usage in the world, but still had a great grade of 80.0, a run grade of 76.3. How about a receiving grade of 81.8, man? Not bad at all. Now, it was a smaller sample size, but it is still pretty darn impressive for the undrafted, second-year undrafted player out of Syracuse. One thing that's really interesting to me as well is you take a look up here, you can see, I'm actually going to zoom in, pass blocking right here, right, and run blocking. So we're going to go all the way down here. Sha Tucker had a pass blocking grade of 62.0. That was better than Buck Irving, who had a 28.9, and a 59.1 run blocking grade compared to Bucky Irving's 55.2. So Sha Tucker was the second best blocking running back on the team this year, better than Bucky Irving. And Bucky Irving was the fourth best running back out of 60, according to Pro Football Focus. So all in all, Sha Tucker was a bit of a do-it-everything type of running back. Again, didn't get to see a lot of him. I do personally believe that was because Bucky Irving and Rashad White did a lot of good stuff this year. Bucky Irving had 548 snaps, Rashad White 608, so even Rashad White outsnapped Bucky Irving. Irving did miss some time due to injury to Sha Tucker's 112, but I do think if Liam Cohen sticks around, you could see some more of Sha Tucker going forward in the future, just because he showcased some good stuff. And speaking of more running backs, how about Rashad White? I know a lot of people were up and down on Rashad White this year, but had a pretty good grade, 73.8 offensive grade this year. That's 23rd out of 60 running backs this year, guys. So the Bucs really had two starting caliber running backs this year. A run grade of 73.7, a receiving grade of 69.3. Pretty darn good, right? And you see some interesting stuff here. Rashad White, 533 snaps out of the backfield, 48 out of the slot, 27 wide. I mean, so Rashad White was used in a variety of ways this year, which was pretty encouraging. He was the best pass blocking and run blocking running back for the Bucs this year. 69.2 pass blocking grade, 63.2 run blocking grade. It's one of the things that makes Rashad White very valuable to this offense, right? And I don't mean this in a super negative way, Bucky Irving wasn't exactly the most stellar pass or run blocker this year. Rashad White can give you that value, and it was very encouraging to see. So shout out to Rashad White. Him and Bucky Irving were both very, very good this year as a duo of running backs. But now I'm going to go ahead and transition down here to the offensive line. First guy I've got to mention is Cody Mauch. I mean, look at the jump, right? A 43.9 grade in 2023, 74th out of 79 eligible guards in the league. Then this year, 74.6, 16th out of 77 guards in the league this year. I mean, that's incredible. That is incredible in my opinion. You take a look here, 74.6 offensive grade, as I said. Better pass blocker than run blocker, but still not bad at run blocking at all. Sixth best pass blocking guard in the league, guys. Sixth best with a 77.2 grade. 26th out of 73 guards with a 68.4 run blocking grade. So Cody Mauch had a huge jump in year two. And whenever you take a look at where the Bucs are with their offensive line, you got to feel good at least three out of their five starting offensive linemen, Wirfs, Cody Mauch, and the next guy I want to mention here is actually Luke Gedeke. Luke Gedeke had a very much improved year. Very good last year as well, but this year just maintained that consistency, right? A 74.2 grade. That was 27th out of 81 tackles in the league. 76.8. I mean, both good at run and pass blocking. Gedeke was great, man. He really was great. Did a lot of good work this year. The other guy that where it's like, oh, is Graham Barton, and he had an up and down year this year. 34th out of 40 centers this year with a 55.6 grade. But I think one thing that you can feel good about with this offensive line is you look, Cody Mauch going into year number 2. Huge jump, right? 43.9 to 74.6. We go back to Luke Gedeke, and Luke Gedeke was a guy, 46.7 grade at the beginning, and then he made a big jump in year 2 and then continued in year 3. So I think the trajectory is very good for Graham Barton. That's kind of why I said you feel very good about 3 out of the 4 offensive linemen, because not necessarily there 100% yet with Graham Barton, but you gotta feel good about Gedeke and Cody Mauch. Just wanted to shout them out as well. Now we're gonna go to the defensive side of things, starting off with Jamel Dean. And I know people were very, very, very down on Jamel Dean this year. He did a lot. He was hurt this year. It was unfortunate. You take a look at these grades, right, over the years, and Dean has been consistently a good cornerback, right? Now, I'm going to tend to disagree a little bit with the with Pro Football Focus here whenever I think about the eye test, but I still think Dean has value. We'll see if he stays on the Buccaneers this season. Was very versatile, played some slot, played in the box, played wide cornerback, well, primarily because he is one of the starting cornerbacks. But overall, I just wanted to highlight Dean's grade. It was surprising to me to see this grade. What do you think about this? Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about that. Of course, I do want to mention Tyke Smith. Very strong rookie year with a 72.0. He did a lot, played pretty much primarily as their slot cornerback this year. Was a little bit in the box, even some on the defensive line, which is kind of crazy to me. Very good at run defense. Actually, the second best run defense cornerback in the league this year. That's pretty crazy. With an elite grade of 90.3, not the best at pass rushing. Coverage, he was pretty good. Defense, just overall, he was pretty good as well. So I wanted to shout out the young rookie. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. I also want to take a look at a couple of maybe like unsung heroes. Christian Izien is one of them. I know the grade isn't necessarily great. Actually had a worse grade this year than he did last year, a 57.6 grade. But when you look at the snap coverage of where this dude was, I mean, 135 snaps in the box, 205 at slot corner, 33 at wide corner, 308 at free safety. I mean, Izien was all over the map, right? All over the map this year. He was even playing a crap ton of special teams as well. So I'm going to give him credit for that. And obviously, I think that will hamper and lower the grade a little bit just because he's playing all over the yard, essentially. So kudos to Izien just for his versatility. Like I said, I wanted to highlight some guys who were showcasing some versatility this year. Another guy I want to mention is actually a guy who had to fill in a couple of times this year. It's actually Josh Hayes. Now, I know Josh Hayes did not have the best year in coverage with a 56.2, but look at that 89.9 run defense grade. Not bad at all, in my opinion. He played a lot of wide corner this year at 252, a lot of special teams. I know people don't love Josh Hayes in terms of being a starting caliber player, but you could certainly do worse at backups and special teams guys. And I just wanted to highlight Josh Hayes and highlight some of his stuff. That run defense grade was pretty surprising to me, but Hayes did a good job in terms of being a strong physical cornerback this year, so I wanted to give him some praise with that as well. He's not on my list, but I do just want to highlight this. J.J. Russell actually outperformed KJ Britt this year in terms of the overall grades. JJ Russell had a 69.2 grade. KJ Britt was down at a 45.5, actually 81st out of 83 linebackers this year. I don't necessarily know if KJ Britt is going to be back, but JJ Russell, hey, 69.2 grade, wasn't as good as last year, just 79.2 grade last year. Definitely better at run defense than pass rush and coverage. we've kind of discerned that that's not exactly J.J. Russell's game. I think they need a better coverage linebacker this offseason, in my opinion. But look at this, man. This is kind of weird. 232 snaps in the box, 19 at slot corner, 3 at wide corner, 4 at free safety, and then a lot of special team snaps in there as well. Bucs got a little bit funky with their stuff this year, and obviously that's if running backs go out wide as well. Of course, J.J. Russell's going to follow the running back out there in tight ends and whatnot, so just wanted to highlight him. There's a couple of other guys in there as well, just some backup linebackers. Like Deion Jones actually had a really good coverage grade of 71.1. Shout out Deion Jones. Antonio Greer did a little bit of work in there. Didn't play a lot though. So it was what it was. Last couple of guys I want to mention here though, Yaya Diaby. I want to throw Yaya Diaby in that mix just because pretty pleasantly surprised, right? I mean, he had 830 snaps on the defensive line. Take a look at the defensive grade, though. 78.0, 22 out of 118 edge defenders. Very good in run defense with a 74.8. Pass rush apparently was pretty good with a 79.4. Didn't always feel that way, in my opinion, but hey, it's what Pro Football Focus is saying. I'm at a 53.5 coverage grade. Not very good for an edge rusher. Although you don't exactly expect him to have a good pass rush grade, so to speak. I want to see if we can see what his pass rush win rate was. I wonder if we can get a look at that. Is that something we can see? No, not necessarily. Could view it in premium stats. I guess we can't necessarily get a look at this, but Yaya Diaby still had at least in terms of, 65 pressures. That's 9th most in terms of all edge rushers this year. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, finally, guys, I do want to go to Chase McLaughlin. Of course, the star Bucs kicker. He was a beast. He was a beast, man. An elite grade of 87.6. He was technically better last year, but still fantastic this year as well. He's had a good stretch with the Bucs. He's had a very good stretch with the Bucs, and I really hope that they can continue that going forward with McLaughlin, just because I think he was an absolute beast. But folks, that's pretty much it for me. I don't have anything else I really want to cover here. I do wonder if can we look up pass rush win rate? Maybe. Let me take a look at these premium stats here. Can we get a little something? Maybe? I don't know. Snaps by position. What about defense? Okay, this is a lot. I don't think we're gonna be able to get pass rush win rate here. Unfortunately. But you know what? Hey, still wanted to showcase Yaya Diaby. Guys, what do y'all think about all this down in the comments section below? Were there any players that I missed? Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about this down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. As always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.